The Bhagavatam says in the beginning, Advaya Gyan, which we can say means one thing to know. Yasmin Vigyate Bhavati, Vigyatam Bhavati, and Sarvamidam Vigyatam Bhavati. Guru Maharaj is always saying, the Upanishads saying, there's one thing to be known. We have to think about this carefully. There are different ways we can consider it. So, what I will suggest now is we understand if Krishna has been asserted as the one thing to be known, then whatever you see, like the Bhagavatam, so whatever you see that appears to be related or unrelated, it has to be connected to Krishna. Itaratas cha arteshu, and the four nutshell slokas in the Bhagavatam. Directly and indirectly, everything must be related to Krishna. So as we learn in China, it's more helpful to conceive of Buddha in relation to Krishna. He's an avatar of Krishna. We don't have to apologize for that. We don't normally think of him as Krishna, but it's more interesting if you understand Buddha is Krishna. And then if you think, well, why did Krishna appear like this? What was his purpose? And Buddha, like we know Krishna is all attractive. He's the ultimate beautiful conception. He finds himself attractive, seeing his reflection in a mirror in a jeweled column. Dwarka Krishna, seeing a picture of Vrindavan Krishna. Krishna is the Bhuvana Sundar. Sudbhagunan Bhuvana Sundara Sundvatante. The ultimate beautiful thing. The Angana Angananam Bhushana. The ornament. He makes the ornaments look beautiful. Normally people put ornaments to look beautiful. Krishna, he is that. So then we can understand something too, that how beautiful Buddha would be. We see something in the representations of the murtis, but just imagine Krishna, how irresistibly beautiful he is, charming, and like classic Krishna, liar, right? Lying, deceiving, deceit for the sake of truth, the crooked reality. Because he's saying, ahimsa sarva bhutani, stop this. But in the Vedas, forget the Veda. Don't you think about Veda, right? Forget Veda for now. That's why once on the morning walk, some man was telling Prabhupada, there was this man who would go on the walks, and we can learn something from this. The devotees wanted to strangle him, and Prabhupada found him amusing. Like when we'd go around a corner, sometimes, devotees were like, they really wanted to get him. Because he would say things you could think were offensive. But Prabhupada found him a good sparring partner, the kind of things he would say. And he'd get Prabhupada upset, but Prabhupada would come out and preach in a nice way. So once, the man was saying, oh, so-and-so has written a very wonderful book about Krishna every page. And he said, and not only that, he said, so beautifully he has expressed there that one should never kill an animal, even if it's enjoined in the Vedas. Very beautifully. Prabhupada said, that is atheism. To decry the authority of Veda, that is atheism. To not accept that. Now Prabhupada's defending meat eating according to Veda, which Buddha had to deceive them like Krishna at the Indra Yagya. Forget that and follow me. So I just mean to say, if we embrace him as an example, as Krishna appearing in this way, that will be more charming to us. If we understand that Ramachandra is Krishna, constrained by Rajniti, that'll be more charming to us. If we think that they're disconnected, that will not only not be helpful, it's opposidantic. It's not correct. But not to go the other way, where, God is everywhere, Swamiji. Not like that. Right? Rama, Krishna, Kali, they're all the same. Not the Khichdi, or worse, as Gurudev was saying, lafra. Because Khichdi is 2 ingredients, usually. Lafra, many. So, but this, Advaya Gyan, we go back to, Bhagavatam says there's only one thing to be known. How is this Krishna? Everything I see is on some level, Krishna, came from Krishna, it's either directly or indirectly Krishna. Bhumi rapo analo vayu kamano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yame vina prakriti rasidha. What is Krishna telling Arjuna? These, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, ego, these are they're my energy. They're my separated, diverse energies of a lower quality. Apareyam itastanyam prakritim vidime param. But Arjuna, there's another energy higher than this. Jiva bhuta mahabaho yayadam daryate jagat. The Jiva Shakti, and it's driving the universe. It's the power, they're all over the place. So, Mam evang sa jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. They're my angshas. Once Prabhupada was saying, there are many meanings of Krishna. One meaning of Krishna is wandering. So he said, the jivas are Krishna. They're wandering throughout the universe. So Krishna is also saying, they're my angsa. They're like, what does it say, and Das Mula Bhakti Vinod, Beda Bed. They're all these things. What is it? That line, Sahadev Prabhu? And Das Mul, about the jivas being similar. And anyway, he's saying like that. They're the same and different. Same, but different. So if we make the mistake of seeing things as separate from Krishna, that is not good. That's actually part of the cause of our predicament, is not seeing things related to Krishna. What to speak of Avatar. If we can see how energy and mundane things, we can trace their position back to the central conception of the infinite, then what to speak of the avatars? Jayadev Goswami is celebrating them. That song is from the Gita Govinda. Normally, we're not singing Gita Govinda. But Das Avatars are from Gita Govinda. Interestingly, in Hansadutta Rupa Goswami, Braja Gopis give their own interpretation on the Das Avatars. That's very, very sweet and wonderful and high and deep. They see all of these in different ways, according to their Gopi vision, being separated from Krishna, how they interpret everything. It's all about interpretation, like our friend Nietzsche says. There are no facts, there are only interpretations. So, and Bhaktivinoda deals with, I don't want to go into that right now, but later, how we observe things and the impressions that enter within us and how we consider them and interpret them as reality. And whether it's based upon ultimate reality or temporal manifestations of what appears to be real. So that's why it says in the Bhagavatam, whatever you see, whether it's real or it appears to be real, it's all indirectly from me. Like Guru Maharaj said, the supreme hypnotist. As he compels you to see, you have to see that. You will see that. And unless he withdraws that, you won't see it otherwise. Deviye shagunamayi mama maya durataya. Like Maya. We're so afraid of Maya, and that's good. But where Guru Maharaj mentioned, Maya is not afraid of any jiva. but she's afraid of Krishna. Right? Sometimes we hear she's shy to come before Krishna. But so Mameliye prapadyante mayame tam tarantite. Surrendering to me, then you can cross beyond her influence. It can be withdrawn. Just the way he has Yoga Maya withdraw, Maha Maya withdraw. Even Baladev did not know for a year the cowherd boys had been kidnapped by Brahma due to 3 different types of Yoga Maya in play at the time. And one by one, they, the curtains were withdrawn. And then he realized something special going on. It was his birthday. The day of the Brahma Vimohan Leela was Baladev's birthday. Perfect arrangement by Yoga. So he wasn't there. He was at home. The birthday boy was at home. So all of that happened while he was at home. It's just Leela Shakti and the play of the sweet absolute. But there is nothing that is not Krishna and personal. Sometimes people misunderstand the Brahman and Brahma Jyoti. It's only appears to be impersonal from a distance. The famous Abhyantare Shyamasundar Rupam Jyotir Rupam Abhyantare Shyamasundaram Chidanandam, something like that. Saying, as you look with greater scrutiny and close-up, then you see that everything is personal. Sometimes when Guru Maharaj would push this to an extreme degree, Yajavar Maharaj would become a little flustered. And you're like, you mean this table is a person? Guru Maharaj, yes. Because he's saying, if it's an object is a cluster of subjective concepts floating in consciousness, then ultimately this is floating in consciousness, and consciousness can never ultimately be divorced of personality. Saying that's why rishis address the inanimate in personal ways. What appears to be inanimate. So the ocean, the river, Jamuna, Jala Brahma, spiritual water, Daru Brahma, spiritual wood, Shabda Brahma, spiritual sound. Guru Maharaj said one of the flaws of Islam, said they can understand the sound divine, but not the form divine. And the name of God is that sound, divine sound, but why not divine form? You can rightfully say, decry, or what's the word? Another word. Your own part. I'm not qualified. That is all okay. But don't say he's unqualified. Never say that. He's unqualified. We're unqualified. Correct. He's never unqualified. Nirguna doesn't mean he's unqualified. So, apani-pado javanagrahita. He has no hands or legs, but he can receive offerings. And follow, be Sakshi Gopal. How? It's divine form. Divya Rupam. What was your question?
Well, on the path of Krishna realization, as we're approaching Krishna conception, the question was, how will you perceive at which stages, which forms, or which concept? It might be like Gita of Krishna, or Krishna Bhagavad Gita, as a Krishna of Vrindavan, how will you properly address this?
By Bhagavat Darshan. So you see the mode of presentation in the Bhagavatam to systematically give exposure to Krishna conception. So it's all consistent throughout, but we say it culminates in Krishna, 10th canto, Krishna Vrindavan. But interestingly, also, after all that, it starts with Krishna and Vrindavan, and from there goes to Mathura, Dwaraka. It doesn't go Dwaraka, Mathura, Vrindavan. In one sense, you can say, well, Krishna appears in Mathura, goes to Vrindavan. But really, I mean to say, the early part of the 10th canto, up to the Rasa Panchadhyay, is Krishna and Vrindavan. Very beautiful. First 2-3 chapters get you there. Then it's all there. And then to Mathura, Dwaraka. So, the gopis of Vrindavan are not interested in Dwaraka Krishna. He cannot, what their hearts, the sort of reciprocate, we say is Akhila Rasamrita Murti. So understand that Dwaraka Krishna cannot reciprocate what they want. Who are they? And what is their quality? If Dwaraka Krishna cannot reciprocate the sort of love and affection that is in their hearts. That's why Uddhava says, Asamaho charanarenu jushamahangsham. After he saw them, he's astonished. He knows Rukmini, he knows Satyabhama, and the others, Lakshmana. What are the other Dwaraka queens? Jambavati. Anyway, so many. Radharani, Chandravali, Lalita, they all spanned out of Vrindavan and the Dwaraka. But what he sees in the heart of Radharani and Brajagopis, he concludes, I would like to be, a creeper, so I would get some of the feet dust of these divine maidens. And Bande Nanda Brajastrinam Pararenum Abhikshnasa Harikato Gitam Punati Bhuvanatrayam. So there, when they sing about Krishna, their Krishna Kirtan, it's purifies everything, all the worlds. And if you take that to mean here, this 3 worlds here and beyond. Yeah.
Based on what you said, if Krishna of Vrindavan cannot be fully conceived by the queens or the inhabitants of Dwaraka, the natural question comes: there must be liberated souls in some level or another level. Otherwise, how would they achieve such a power?
Of course. No, but I didn't say that. I said that Dwaraka, Krishna, cannot satisfy what's in the hearts of the Braja Gopis. He's reciprocating what's in the hearts of Rukmini and Satyabhama and the other Dwaraka queens.
Right.
But they understand something about him, like we're in the Jagannath Rath Yatra pastime, that once a year, and it's not only once a year he's feeling separation from Vrindavan, but once a year it reaches a irresistible level of necessity and expression that he has to go there. And they're aware of these things, so that makes them think, what is so special about there? And then we can think, but wait, if Satyabhama is Radharani expanded, it's inconceivable. The Mukta Charita of Raghunath Das Goswami begins with a Dwarka queen asking him about the source of the pearls that she's wearing. And Krishna, he becomes overwhelmed in remembrance of a pastime in Vrindavan and says, oh, there was a time when pearls grew on trees. And he becomes very nostalgic, or and he starts telling her this story, this inconceivably wonderful story about another time. And at the end, we can't discuss this story, but at the end, he says, when he's talking about them, he says, and you are her, that person. So this is inconceivable. They maintain multiple identities, but each identity is unique. Just as Ramachandra is Krishna, but he can also be absorbed into Krishna. Like Avataras or Gaura Avatar, as with Mahaprabhu, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, all the avatars appear within him. Why not? Om Purnamadak Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachite Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Eva Vasishite. They all, multiple 0 plus 0 equals 0. A million zeros equals 0. 0 divided by 0. Divided by a million zeros, expanded, contract. Well, and what is that position? Dynamic. Living, dynamic, growing. We're dealing with the inconceivable. Adhoksaja. Achintya Shakti. Adhoksaja. So we will benefit by hearing with faith. Shraddhan Vato Anushanaya Dattavarna Yedyat. These divine descriptions. And by the mercy, Atapite Deva Padam Bujad Vaya Prashada Leshanagri. It's beyond the intellect. The Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Muhyanti Yatsuraya. Well, he's a Sura. Brihaspati, the guru of the Suras, doesn't understand what to speak of the Suras, the Devas. Their guru, it's beyond his understanding. And that's what we're interested in. That's when it starts getting interesting. So then, how can you understand things that are beyond Takshri Krishna Namari Nabhavye Griyam Indriye? What things are like this? The name of Krishna, Nam, Namadi, the roop of Krishna, the different forms of Krishna, the qualities of Krishna, and the pastimes of Krishna. They're beyond Avan Manasagochara, beyond the mind and intellectual comprehension. Then, is there some other way of understanding? Yeah. What is that famous one? Sakala Charyabai Shraddha Devi or Gunadai. Give up everything, my brothers, and understand the glories of Shraddha Devi, faith. Faith is the only means to understand these things. Faithful hearing, faithful representation, high fidelity, his master's voice, service. Sevan mukhe ijivaro shayameva sportiva. And through faith and service can it be understood. Otherwise not. But for faithful servitors, delightful, life-giving nectar they're tasting. We're not boycotting Dwaraka Krishna or Krishna of Kurukshetra.